Theo everybody, it's Space Mama here with the baby emperor, and today we are going to be doing a video on cultural appropriation and Indian heritage, huh? Yeah, we are. Who's that baby? You see that baby? That's a you baby. Ooh, yo, yo, yo. Anyway, sorry, I love my baby. Um, I was talking to Mark Hidden in the comments of my Michael Flynn video from yesterday, and it occurs to me, like, I started to think about it. I remember back in like the mid 90s when me and my best friend, who was also half Cherokee, would go hang around drum circle practice and Cherokee cultural classes and stuff, like where they teach you how to cook or how to sew stuff or do beading and things like that. It was mostly like old ladies teaching, 30 something moms who were, part Cherokee or half Cherokee or whatever, um, to do stuff, handicrafts and stuff like that. And we go and like talk to the ladies there, and a lot of them spoke Cherokee and English. I don't know much Cherokee. I used to be able to say the Lord's Prayer and sing America the Beautiful in Cherokee, but I can't anymore. I don't really speak Cherokee anymore, which is kind of a drag. But you can, they have an immersion school in North Carolina if anybody's interested. Um, but I was thinking that back then in the 90s when I was like a young kid, like a teenager, there would always be like, we'd go to powwows and stuff, um, and there would always be like white people there complaining about the things that America did to Indians. Like, we know, but that time has passed away. We can't change it. We have to adapt and move forward together. We're all Americans. Yeah, we call ourselves Indians, and yeah, we call ourselves Indians. If we didn't, we'd change the signs, okay? It's gotten to be like a real problem with like Whitey McWhitePants coming to tell us like you can't call yourselves Indians, and you can't sell war bonnets at the craft store, and you can't do this, and you can't, just sell drum CDs. Like, yeah, we can. This is our culture, and we want to share it. And it is ours to share with you because you guys, Americans, you are part of us and we are a part of you. And yes, we have a hard past together, but we're family now. Like, you did some fucked up shit and we did some fucked up shit, but we're family now. So we're together. And that's the best way to put this. I think I will use the Christian analogy. The American people are one body, okay? And when you try to section us off into different minority groups under different labels, it's like cutting off fingers. When you try to tell Indians, you stay on your reservation and don't let white people take your culture away from you. That's like telling us to cut off our arm and tell it to go its own way, like it has its own mind. We don't do that. That's not the way that we have survived from ever. I mean, we've always been this way. We adapt and move forward and adapt and move forward, and that's really our culture. We hold our ties to the past and we live close to the land and we respect it, but we also don't treat each other like shit, and we don't get angry with each other over things that we can't change. Like, I remember being really weirded out as a kid going to a powwow, and there were people there I don't know if they were trying to just sign a petition or something. My mom didn't let us talk to them, which was probably good. I think it was at the fairgrounds or at the university, I can't remember. But they weirded me out. They actually really, really freaked me out because they were saying that America was a terrible country and that it, didn't care about Indians. And it was very unsettling as a kid to hear people say that they hated the country that they came from and that I came from and that all of the people here came from. You're dividing us and we can't live without each other. Telling us white people did bad things to you. Well, that was then. This is now. We've been woven into the same fabric for a really long time. And telling the purple telling the purple thread to apologize to the red thread in the same blanket seems very stupid. And it doesn't help us. We need to move forward. We need to work together. We need to be realistic about our goals. We need to keep in mind what our goals are and what our responsibilities are. I mean, that's kind of why I got so angry at protesters. Like, what are you doing? You know, if you're here to help, then help. Like, don't don't just come and tell us that the land that gave us life is a horrible place to be, and then leave all of your shit behind us or behind you for us to clean up, and we're not your slaves, okay? Like, sorry, but that is kind of how it feels when you have a bunch of people blow in, boss you around, tell you how you need to be living your life, and then leave you to clean up all the shit that they messed up. It sucks. It really, really sucks. But then doing the same thing and telling us to separate ourselves and to keep to ourselves, you don't get to tell anybody to do that. That's not what it is. The American people are the American people. And to be honest, seeing a fractured and divided people is really unsettling, especially if you're Indian. Because, I mean, yeah, there are some tribes that like to keep, like, separate and, you know, they're really insular and stuff and whatever. I guess if that's something they want to do. But, like, we have the gathering of nations for a reason. Because we don't want to keep to ourselves. We don't want to hide from our country, and we don't want our country to hide from us. You are us, and we are you. Like, that sounds like a Beatles song. But we are all part of each other. So it doesn't do us or you any good to demand that we keep ourselves separate and apart from each other. We are all one body, and telling us, seriously, you are doing this to society. The government did not do this. White people did not do this. You people who want minorities to cut themselves off from their own bodies, you did this. And you keep doing it. It's not working. Stop putting people into little boxes and telling them not to come out of their box. Don't you think it's very oppressive of you, white person with presumable white guilt, to tell all the brown people how they should behave and how they should interact with each other? Like, it's fucking weird. And I don't, like, you realize you did this before, right? Like, separating us all out and telling us how we need to behave and keep to ourselves and shit. Like, you did actually do this before. And just because you're, like, nicer about it now doesn't make it any less damaging to the people that you think you're helping. Okay, because you're not helping. You're just repeating imperialism all over again, which you seem to be sorry for, and you're so sorry, you're just going to do it again. You see how this whole thing kind of breaks down. Like, just because you're being really nice about sublimating our culture and cutting us off from each other doesn't mean that it's not damaging. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt us. Okay, so stop telling us that this country is a bad country. It's not a bad country. We love this country. There is a reason that our veterans march before us at our meetings. There is a reason that they are there and they go before even our own culture, because this is our country. This is our land. We love it. We will fight to protect it. We will die for you, to protect your rights and to protect your home, because that's who we are. So you got to understand that by going onto a reservation and screaming that America sucks and telling us not to call ourselves Indians, what the fuck are you thinking? We can call ourselves whatever we want. It's not your business, especially if your whole thing is to separate us out and tell us that we need to keep to ourselves and not share our culture. I love being Cherokee, but you see this little basically white baby here? He's Cherokee and Senecan. He's both of those things. And yeah, we might have, many different tribes and many different religions and many different beliefs, but you should understand something about the 7 directions, okay? There's, north, south, east, west. There's up, there's down, and there's within. Look within, because you guys are tearing us apart, and you're making a hostile situation for us between ourselves. You don't even want us to, share our culture with people. I like fry bread. That's not even my thing. That's, not a Cherokee thing. That's a Navajo thing. But it's good, and I'll eat it. And I'll eat me some cactus tacos, too, and you ain't going to say shit about it. Because I like it, and it's yummy, okay? And you know what? I like the dine here. I like the yava pie. I like the coconino. I like everybody, really. We all like each other. We can get along fine treating each other as individuals, but respecting the fact that we are all connected to each other, whether we like it or not. And that is not a bad thing overall. But I'm getting kind of tired of feeling separated from my family, from my culture, from my land, from my fellow citizens of America. I'm tired of having people say that we're bad people. We're not bad people. We don't try to hurt others. We try to bond together. We try to make a unification and to become one body, moving in unison and together to forward to progress, to the future. But we can't do that if you're telling us to cut off our body parts and put them in boxes and keep them there. We're just going to turn into a bad spirit that way. So anyway, I'm not going to be letting regressives, not even regressives within the Indian community, tell me how to live my life, and you shouldn't let anybody tell you how to live your life. And you should also, you know, if some like white kid comes up and tries to tell you like what's what, understand that, you know, yeah, there are a few exceptions among different tribes, but for the most part, Indians don't want to be different from everybody else. We love our culture and we want to keep it alive, but part of that means sharing it with you. And you can make it part of your culture too. You should. That also helps keep these things alive, and it keeps you connected. So telling us not to share it and telling other people not to be interested in it or to like it or to appreciate some aspect of it, it hurts those cultures. It kills them. So anyway, that's my opinion on it. I'm going to take this little chubby little Indian baby. I'm going to take him to go get him a bath because he barfed all over himself, of course. So you guys have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. As always, Mama loves you.